So in this section, we will handle the interaction between the upgrade and player. So to do that, we need to actually do a few things because two of the upgrades that we have, grenade and freeze, should impact all of the enemies. And we need to have a way to access those. So in our I believe enemy spawner should be good a place, or you just in our enemy going to ready function. What I can do is just say add to group enemies, right? So now we should be able to have a node group, and all of the enemies that we spawn should actually be in that group. So with that, we can just go to player, and what we will do is create another node here, and that's gonna be empty node, and I will call this upgrade handler. Okay, and what we will do here is whenever we hit an upgrade, so if area is upgrade, we will create a script here, call it upgrade handler, put it in scripts, handler, and I will create a function here called handle upgrade that will get basically upgrade type string. For now we will pass. So here I can just say where is it? Oh, that's the enemy. I need this to be in player. Sorry. Let's get a reference to it. And I need to call, let's say, upgrade handler, handle upgrade, and I will say area as upgrade, and we'll pass this passer upgrade definition type. And I will of course query free the area. Perfect. And then let's handle the upgrade. So we have three upgrades here, right? I can say if upgrade type is helmet, this is the easiest one. Also get parent invincibility system start invincibility. This is the easiest one. Else, if we have upgrade type of type grenade, I will get the reference to all of the enemies by calling get tree, get node in group, enemies as array of enemy, and for enemy in enemies, I will say enemy explode. Else, if upgrade type is equal to freeze, I will do the very same thing, but I will just call enemy freeze function. Of course, that function does not exist yet on enemy, So let's go to our enemy and let's add that function at the bottom. So what should happen when we freeze an enemy? Basically, it's rather easy. What we need to do is set the speed to 0. We need get the node that represents a shooting system. So enemy, where is it? Enemy shooting system and shoot timer. So basically, I can probably just drag and drop it, drag and drop it. So, and I can say stop. And then I will await some time, let's say 4 seconds. Let me get some space here. Create timer 4 and await the timeout so I can create inline await for given time. And I will grab the very same thing and say, then get back to shooting and set the speed to tank type speed. Okay, let's try and test this. As you can see, I'm not that good at the game. And we have a flashing tank. It gets destroyed, and that should wipe out everything. And it doesn't because of one thing that we forgot. And this is to enable our player to be able to collide with upgrade. Try this again. And I'm waiting still for one of the tanks to be flashing. Maybe we need to adjust. Yeah, okay. So what we have here is the grenade, and we destroyed every single enemy, right? Okay, cool. I believe that's enough. I would just assume that the others are working, and I hope so. But given the time, I'm not gonna be testing those. So that's how we can handle the upgrades. And of course, if you would have like extra life update, what you could do is just go to game manager, and since this is globally available, this is singleton, you can just bump up player lives or call something like upgrade player lives, add to player lives, and then update player lives in UI. So thank you for that. In the next section, what we'll do, and I believe this is going to be the last section, we'll create that opening game effect where, well, you'll see. See you in the next section. Bye.